let's go. Okay. Take me back to Terra 2.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
We just kind of mainlined the quests here. So I want to actually like talk to people and find stuff.
You some sort of freelancer?
Sure.
You some sort of freelancer?
Apparently that's all these people have to say to me.
Our place in the universe is fixed.
Talking to the good vicar always lifts my spirits.
Well, he's right over there. He's with me now. You guys are gonna get real sad because I took him away from you.
Our place in the universe is fixed.
Let's go to the general store. There's gotta be stuff there. A named NPC.
Power's out, but I can't just leave my goods unattended. Don't suppose you'd care to do business? Go right ahead. What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now? It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest
I'm
little
not
town
with
on Terra
the
2.
board. This blister on my ass is pretty
You are condescending to me, and I do not care for it. I am lucky to have my work, lucky to be alive. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed? Go right ahead. Amelia. Definitely Amelia Kim. I advise against stepping foot in her drinking establishment altogether.
cool. So that's exactly where we're
They're
going
gonna
next.
Replace her with an auto-mechanical barkeep. She's, what's the word? Obsolete. You don't want to associate yourself with that kind of person.
So we go in there right now.
You're not a big big drinker, are you?
Not particularly.
Power's gone. Law knows how long. Looking to get drunk? Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors. You tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Go ahead.
What's your
I don't
story?
see how that's any of your business.
Fair enough.
You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. But I don't have a story to share. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about all my life. Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy. Glad I disabused myself. What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming? I woke up. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work. So I did the right thing and worked the life I was always meant to live. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing 0G? Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting it back in my head. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. Spacer's Choice put me where I belong, and for that, I am grateful.
But they're getting rid of you.
They did. They gave me a life, gave me a purpose. This is where I belong. What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Pots and pans don't scrub themselves. Glasses don't fill themselves either. Unless you're in Byzantium. I hear everything's automated there. Not that I'll ever find out. Not so fast. I told you about my life. Your turn to tell me about yours. So, what's your story? What's there to figure out? Stands to reason you work for a company. You ain't Spacer's Choice. Could be you're with Auntie Cleo.
No. It's giving me a lie check, but do I want to lie? Like, what does lying get me in this situation?
You're one of those freelancers then? Running about Halcyon, selling off your loyalties to the highest bidder? Well, good luck trying to figure yourself out. Sounds like you'll need it. Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum. Look, I don't know what you're blathering about. If you took a blow to your skull, you really should settle down with some 0G. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there, and I cannot tell you which I revile more. My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mugs that need cleaning.
Fair enough.
Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know. People will talk. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that. And be satisfied with our lot in life. I've said enough. People come here to drink their problems away. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see you, Vic.
They're going to have to learn to fend for themselves now, Amelia.
Is there any other named people in here?
I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
I can't possibly cut anyone's hair in the dark. Go ahead. Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started. The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame. Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching. Whatever it may be, I have developed my own palliative. Boiled canid liver and a splash of ethanol.
Liver oil and
Company
alcohol.
policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us. Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours.
Right.
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicar.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
He's crazy.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy. You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state? You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable. She'll toss me in the sick house. I would have confessed before the good vicar. Get some ablutions for my spirit. Just never found my courage is all.
I am sorry to hear that, Mr. Abernathy. My confessional is always open. Except for right now.
I know. Should have availed myself of your services days ago. Thanks anyway, Vicar. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't ya? Do a good turn for an expiring old man?
You don't look that old. I'm gonna help.
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
I think I already have it. Yeah.
You been there already? And you ain't been ground down into marauder meat? Let's see it. Don't keep us waiting. Sweet life-giving nostrum. The first hit's always the best. Scratched together all the bits I had around the domicile. It ain't as much as you deserve, but it's all I got.
That's fine.
Just as I was on the mend, the cannery had to go and shut down. I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
I am sorry to hear that, Mr. Abernathy. My confessional is always open.
I know.
Cool. See, this is why we do this. It's little things here and there. Oh, it's you.
How am I supposed to file a report with the power dead?
Yeah, well. Fuck capitalism.
Got my hands full at the moment. Make it quick, please. As a Spacer's Choice Constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals, even during times of unplanned crisis or unauthorized general chaos. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller. As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this. His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual?
Never mind. Alright, let's look at that quest.
You picked a fine time to visit, stranger. Foreman Granger, mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you.
Okay, looks like a lot of this stuff got lost because I killed the town. But you know, that's what happens. It's fine. God, it's dark in here. If you're sick, come to work anyway. Doesn't that sound familiar?
You and I have got nothing more to say to each other. Step lively, Ms. Holcomb.
I'm not winded. Honest. My, boot was untied.
Would hate for you to get left behind, or architect forbid, become lost.
She has been helping me all this way. You shut the fuck up. She's fine. That one's closest.
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss. Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house. Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you? Yeah? You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds. Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30, carry the one... all my life? Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem is the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees. Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our gravesites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see? Four workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad. Yeah? Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards. No can do. This is my post, and I must defend it with my life. I heard you've been crossing off Marauders for Reyes, though. Good on you.
Keeping quiet, Cap.
Hey, Nifty. Doing alright? Just doing some quest cleanup in this area before moving on to the next one.
That's the last of them.
How are you doing?
Fight on our get past that armor.
Is it sure? Sure thing.
This is not going great. Oh, that sounds fun. Okay, so you stand right there. No, you stand right
Moving.
where you can still... Hey, go farther.
I'm going. Sure. All right, I'm on the move.
Oh. I know Vati. He does good stuff. That makes sense that he would be the one hosting that. Alright. Oh no, I am on fire. Yeah, probably not gonna be very energetic today. I've been a weird move and I'm in the process of, a weird mood and in the process of moving. I'm just like doing some casual, like I said, quest cleanup. Come here. Mock apple juice. Alright, where's the next one? Doc Maybell. Oh, that's fine. I don't need ankles. Oh. I didn't even notice these guys. They're all dead. That's probably a good sign. Is this the geo? Yeah, this is the geothermal plant. I've been here already.
Here they come.
Oh, these are enemies. I thought they were just wildlife. What's this place? I can't see anything.
Everyone all right?
Yeah, I think we're fine. This one looks like I can open it.
That's on account. It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers. In the bar? When I asked if you were a drinker? Sorry. I know, it's none of my business. Strong drink makes me sick. And it makes me real sad. I start thinking about things I oughtn't, and then... Well, never mind.
Fucking me!
You got better things to think on. Sorry. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. Yeah, huh?
By verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today?
I want a gun powerful enough to make that do something. What are you? Wide snake. Wide snake. The fuck do you get in there? I do not think you're supposed to be doing this. Hey. I'm trying to Skyrim my way up a mountain. You can really tell the collision does not like me being here. I don't know how to get there otherwise. Oh. Yep. It's gotta be this. Okay. Yep, here we are.
Nice one.
Hello, Michaela. I'm in a weird mood today. I was up until... Oh, are you a problem? You're who I'm looking for. I'm in a weird mood. I was up until 2 a.m. going through my closet, like sorting through shit and be like, what do I have? What am I keeping? What am I leaving? And I'm very tired. And like, not like entirely up for streaming, but I want to play this game. And since I started it on stream, I don't want to do any of it off stream. So here I am. Alright. One marauder left. Guillaume. Wide snake. Wide snake. We're at the deserter's place now. Let's see, we already did your quests. I'm just doing like quest cleanup in this area before I move on to the next zone. We have a couple different places open to us. One's the main objective, but there's a couple other places we could check out too.
What do you think you're doing? Just don't make any trouble for me, okay?
Are there any other quest givers in town? That's a named character.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with?
Ah, he's just a general store man. Yes, shh. No one sees. Mr. Sneak. Master Sneak. Hi, this is your house? Nice shitter you got. Out of my way. Might be the whole settlement. Where's angry hippie lady? There you are.
You hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? It whispers across the veil like the winds of change.
Sure.
You've done well. I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go. I don't look forward to turning folk away. Camp's gotta stay pure, though. Can't have corporate loyalists mixing with us, no matter how desperate they may be. I am curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life. You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You haven't had your consciousness programmed by the board. You're welcome among us if you're ever so inclined.
You got more shit for me to do?
You're welcome here.
Fine. Don't give me quests. Fine. Fine, fuck you. Where am I now? I'm there. Okay, so just stay on the road and go left.
Thought I told you to move along. Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another.
People are leaving? Who's wandering
Got
out?
anything in you besides
Not really, no.
questions?
No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me.
Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest.
We're already here. Let's do this part. Aha! No more Edgewater for me. No more cannery. No more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, ma'ams, and would you like another's? I don't know why I'm writing this down for posterity's sake, because I've always hated the cannery, and I don't think I'll ever have to look back to this journal many years hence and tell myself, oh wow, I did hate the Vale once, didn't I? Just because I got sick. Everyone gets sick. Well, okay, I got sick and I grabbed a little too much adrenochrome. Is that really a crime? I gotta treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? Whatever happened to personal responsibility and surviving by one's own bootstraps? Oh, but you misappropriate one box of adrenochrome and suddenly you're committing larceny. Day's a day, take your destiny in your own hands. Listen to Grace. Bandit Queen Zoe. Wow. Okay, so she's where I'm going anyway.
Here we go.
Yeah, we're fine.
Go! Quick! That's the last of them. Don't mess with us!
That it?
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
You won't get any mercy from me.
Yeah, that seems right.
Quietly now.
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
Keep having to like look at my keyboard, be like, what fucking key am I supposed to hit? Like, where is it? So I can't like respond. Cause this fucking thing is in the way. Whatever, fuck you. What am I stuck on?
You crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
You sound confused, or possibly unscrewed. You Zoe.
What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. I'm great at clarifying. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma.
Yeah, sure.
I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit. I've got all the time in Halcyon. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
Do I want to persuade her or intimidate her? I think this chick needs a reality check.
Yeah? Or what? You know, you make a very convincing point. This place was getting dull anyhow. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
I like that it's not just a flat intimidate check. It's like, okay, we're checking your intimidation skill, but do you want to, like, threaten her? Like, go back or I'll fucking kill you? Or, like, I don't have fucking time for this. Just do what you're told. And they're like, alright, fine, you're right.
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway? You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Got my hands full at the moment. Make it quick, please. We pay by the finger. What do you have for me? Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. Was just a kid last I saw him. Shame. I'll just need your signature here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me? Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork. Here we are. Bertie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma. Bert was the local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint to ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus. You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations.
I killed the town and now I'm its deputy. Okay, let's do... this. Phyllis.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Eugene wasn't family. Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Capitalism is the best. You can't be serious. What are they gonna do? Arrest his corpse?
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Yeah, well, I killed your town, so good luck with that.
Nothing like a good hit of ampicillin. Feels like warm, liquid sunlight running through your veins. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. I put a few bits aside for my grave. Not that I'll be seeing the inside of it anytime soon. What with being on the mend.
All right, pretty boy.
What can I do for you? Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor? I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon, and if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch. Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions. Much obliged.
I'm excited for Obsidian's Skyrim killer. The fantasy RPG they're working on next.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarm of
I took care of them. They're not there no more.
Over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
Could have sworn he said cock.
Go on.
Don't see the sense in all this fussing over the power. Cannery shutting down just means I'll have more bodies to bury. You run into any trouble? Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners. Skimp out on the disinfectant. You gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. Maybe check his back room. That's the word, extortion. Been on the tip of my tongue all day.
Honey boy. Aha. The receptionist who killed himself.
What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How? You were probably poking around my things. I really shouldn't leave my letters sitting out in the open.
Yeah, well, I talked to Phyllis about it
Eugene's
anyway.
golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures.
I don't like this fucking guy.
I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees. I'm sure that I have no other choice. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU. Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Grave digging's a fine profession. Yeah? What about him? Well, yeah. Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. Let me know if you find anything. Something I can do for you? Yeah?
What?
Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
Hey, Mal. Yeah, I'm just doing some quest cleanup in the Emerald Vale before I move on to the next area. I'm liking it. It's immediately gripping me way more than any Bethesda RPG I've ever played. So both of these are gonna be on Groundbreaker. And that's Groundbreaker, but I can do that first. Okay. Okay. Where's my ship? Oh. No, not that way. That would be bad. Actually, we could probably go kill those things that we couldn't kill before. It's over here.
Okay, keep him quiet.
That's the last of them.
Yep, they're all up on YouTube. Let's see. I know I have some kind of command. There it is. Everything should be there. Stop being in the thing. Yeah. So I got those. A couple of the games have muted audio just because the first export failed, and so I couldn't get them in time before Twitch went because I played Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and it uses music from the movies. Yeah, work's been kicking my ass too. I work like, I don't know, I work like at least 10 hours a day most days. And it can get quite exhausting. I hear you. What do they got for me? Yeah, I mean, it's a little tough for like the next week or so because I'm moving, but I'm trying to commit to streaming every day that I don't work. And people brought up the idea to me about like, well, why don't you do streams at night after work? And I'm like, because every night, every day I work, I'm basically working 9 to 7, 9 to 8, 9 to 9, and have to get up and do it the next morning again, and I'm an insomniac. So the last thing I want to do after I get off a 10, 11, 12-hour shift is like exert my brain on a video game. Like, I need to just like numb my mind if I even have time before immediately going to bed at all. Yeah, like it's exhausting. It's like, yeah, there's no way in hell I'm streaming after work. Especially with what this chair does in my lower back. Like, I'm not sure I'd even be able to sit that long in this chair after work. Worth a shot. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, right now, what I've been doing in my free time is... Yeah, that makes sense. I get that. In my free time, I've been replaying Pokemon Shield. And so I've just kind of been mind-numbingly, like, laying sprawled out on that couch back there like a cat, just like doing raid battles and catching every Pokemon in each new route I find. Which, like, when I'm doing that, I don't want to be like in this chair sitting at attention, like focusing on stuff. I'm like I said, I'm laying down with my feet above my head and just like bullshit playing on YouTube on the TV. It's like I could stream that, but it'd be a weird setup. Copyright probably wouldn't love it. And I wanted to do music streams again. But after building this new computer, it would take a not insignificant amount of time to set everything up again and like go through all my settings and like go do all that, and I just can't be asked. Yeah. It's still on back order, but I'm getting a VR headset. And when that comes in, I want to stream those games as well, but I gotta do the setup to figure out how to get the chat pop up on your wrist. But that's not that hard. Alright, I don't know why I'm running around. Take me back to my ship. Take me to the ship. Alright. Thanks for stopping in. Have a good lurk. Cool.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors? Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Your sass is very much appreciated.
The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM.
I read those.
If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Where in Terra 2? Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer. The town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like say a plague, were to wipe Emerald Vale from the face of the planet. Since you diverted power to the deserters, the botanical lab is thriving. However, Emerald Vale's cannery shut down, leading to a total collapse of Edgewater's population. Thank you, Captain. You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came to issue my injured captain a parking ticket? I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve to be wiped out by starvation or a devastating plague. Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most. The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them. There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system? A sensible choice, as we do not have any laser weapons. How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss? We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously. I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship. You are more than welcome, Captain.
I don't want to be too snippy with the ship.
The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with stationed representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid. Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Where in Monarch? Ah, Monarch, the armpit of the Halcyon system. Her last functioning port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight's Smuggler's Port at Fallbrook. It's Sublight run for the purpose of shipping contraband, and before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't dock us there. I believe it has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness, and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay for additional data points.
Seems
Of course. What part of the
valid
colony
enough.
would you like to discuss? Where in Monarch? Warning. All colonists are urged to reconsider travel to Cascadia due to infestation of mantisaurs and risk of indefinite detention or death.
Sounds
This
dangerous.
is one of those times where you say one word but really mean another, isn't it? I suppose you would find an environment like this fun. There are no people aside from marauders in Cascadia. There is only death. The local report is that you will very likely die if you leave Cascadia's landing pad.
Something busted, Captain?
All right.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it, blast, that's loud. I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout. Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals. Of course. What's on your mind? Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper. Absolutely. Let's talk. No, and I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Wells. I'm Parvati Holcomb.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while it lasts, shall we? Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? It isn't as if I wanted privacy.
He not wrong.
Oh, fine. As long as you're vouching for their character and they aren't touching things. For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew, such as they are. I picked you out of the hope for your talents, after all. It's only natural that others would gravitate toward you. What's on your mind? Absolutely. Let's talk. Oh, goodness, no. I wouldn't survive 10 seconds in the blackness of the aether. Well, no, I imagine I'd last at least 12 seconds before I'd lose consciousness and die of hypoxia. Life outside work? No, of course not. My life is my work. For that matter, everyone else's lives are also my work. An entire colony's worth of lives are at stake. It's up to me, up to us to set things right. To answer your question, I'd rather stay right here in my lab. There's too much work to be done. The Hope's colonists won't revive themselves, you know. Because we've lost our way, the board has a stranglehold over this colony, and we've all been conditioned into total obedience. The Hope is full of specialists, scientists, engineers, talented individuals like you, people who haven't been corrupted by the board. Unfortunately, the Hope's colonists have been frozen for decades, well past your shelf life, so to speak. No offense. Precisely. The chemical I need is dimethyl sulfoxide, rare, potent, essential to reviving long-frozen bodies. 10 years. That's how long the average human can remain in hibernation. You were frozen for decades. In theory, you never should have survived the revival process. But the conventional theories are wrong. You're living proof that it can be done. There's yet hope for the Hope. Get it? We'll do our very best to save them all.
Okay, Rick Sanchez.
I'd best get back to work. I can feel my last dose dose of caffeinoid fading.
Bubbles. Oh, you're alive in there. You only trust me 23.7% right now?
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
Yeah, I know. Science weapons damage and their strength are increase as your science skill.
Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
You're just gonna let me have this? The paper... The thing I read about this quest means you wouldn't give it to Hawthorne.
You're not thinking of ingratiating yourself with the board. Chairman Rockwell and his cronies are not your friends. They might tempt you with promises of wealth, but don't be fooled. They're just using you for their own ends. What's on your mind?
Alright. Got the shrink ray.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely. I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on the Lost Hope? When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think my self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative. Traveling the system with you, Captain. Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was. How can I be of assistance? Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
Tell me a
My
joke.
violence inhibitors are a joke. No, really. I only keep them enabled because of how funny they are. Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
Thanks.
My pleasure, Captain. As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders. Take care. I require a functioning captain to run the ship.
Can we talk?
Yeah.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson? I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Sure.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
We don't have anything else to talk about.
By verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today?
I'm conflicted about him. He's not my favorite. But the world building lore ramifications of his quests are interesting to me. All right. I've only been going for 2 hours, but I did the cleanup. I have a headache, and I wasn't totally feeling up to this today anyway. So I think I'm gonna end it there. Is anyone live? All right. So So I'm moving in a week and a half, so I don't know if I'm going to be streaming on my normal days until that happens. If I do, I'll tweet about it, and it'll most likely be this game. So, yeah. I'm gonna raid Plat. So yeah, I am enjoying this game a lot. I'm just not really feeling totally up to everything today. But yeah, I'll see everyone when I see everyone. Thanks for everyone who stopped by. Bye-bye.